Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 2 Week 8 Day 6. So we're going to be doing more of the Vault Key Hunt, as some of you may have seen at the end of yesterday night's stream. We finally got an epic Vault Key, so now we're going to get more. Of course, as of the previous Vault event, and obviously all Vault events going forward, we have actually had a buff to the chance of getting Vault Keys. Even with that buff, we somehow did not get one all of last weekend. But we finally did, so that's cool. And now we need to get more. Because you can never have enough. No, the first one's the most important one. But still, it would be nice to get more compared to not getting more. But anyways, we're mostly going to be using the Phoenicia team, as we have been. It's a phylactery, well, you can use any weapon that doesn't block Phoenicia. Followed by Phoenicia, Leprechaun, and Mirage Queen. Phylactery just for free souls here and there. Obviously, it's not required for the team, but it's easy to obtain weapons, so might as well. But anyways, I hope all of you have been having a wonderful weekend. Hope all of you have been getting some good luck as well if you've been grinding out the Vault event. Haven't gotten too much time in on it this weekend, but we've had some pretty productive time on it, if nothing else. Based on last night, gosh. This Sunday, I'm probably going to go for a lot longer. We'll probably go for about 2 hours tonight. And then tomorrow night, we'll do maybe like a really long stream like we did last time. I think we might. I normally stay up anyways till like 2 to go record the video thingy thing. The only problem with that is sometimes I'm so tired by the time it comes around. I just end up sleeping anyways. Oh, good. We just got 30,000 souls from that. Nice. But anyways, hello, Cookie. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Let me go get the code ready. I don't have the thingy thing open for the code. Because we're going to need that. Because we do finally have codes again. I'm still not used to having codes again. We didn't have codes for like a month and a half. That feels weird to have codes again. Actually, I got 2 months of supplies of codes too. Because Kafka wasn't sure if she'll be around during the winter time season kind of thing. Because she probably won't towards the beginning of the year. So she just gave me 2 months of code. So we have enough till like almost the end of January. I forget how many were in each set, but it might be slightly short. Because we do hand out 2 on occasion. Like yesterday, last night, we ended up getting the Vault Key. But should almost last to the end of January. Which should be back. Like, she'll be back by mid-January, so we'll be able to ask again by then. I should probably ask, like, immediately once she's back in the office. Once I can confirm it. Which I believe is, like, the 2nd week of January, or somewhere around there. Maybe the 1st week of January. But definitely by the 2nd. Let's see. Yes, we finally got the epic Vault Key last night. Not this stream, though. But we got it last night. But who knows, maybe we'll get another one this stream. I sure hope so. We didn't get any... Well, I shouldn't say we didn't get anything too good. We actually got a pretty decent drop. We got a 48 gem key drop. Like, in no world is that a bad drop. But, wasn't expecting that specifically as our first epic Vault Key drop. But, I don't know. It's still one of the better drops in the drop table. I'm still not sure what the full drop table is. Because it has some weird conditions where it's like 2 times multiplier, but others are like 3 times multiplier. As far as like how much better it is compared to a normal Vault Key. That was one of the ones that was only about 2 times better. So basically, if we hit gems on Vault Keys twice, we would have just gotten the same thing. But, hey, 48 gem keys is 48 gem keys. Still a very solid drop. It's almost a 50 bulk for when we go for the Mythic next Friday. Because we do have a Mythic in a week from now. Or actually, I guess by now, it's 6 days from now. But, yeah, we do got a Mythic around the corner. Very close. Anyways, that's out of the way. Let's go clear our dungeons. Pet, I think I could ignore, though then again, I think it kind of interferes with the pet thing. I've noticed it doesn't track sometimes if you have a thing. Oh, also, I got this earlier, and I made sure to buy it the second I saw it, just so I wouldn't forget. But, Imperial Deed offer, we got one today. It's like the best offer in the game. I very rarely feel like I get it, though. But, it is insanely good to go for every single time you do. 500 gems for an Imperial Deed is 100% worth it. It's actually one of the things that they kind of undervalue in the current state of the game. An Imperial Deed is actually worth probably about 1,000 gems. Yet they only cost 500 for it. Relative to how much they cost their normal deeds, I'm actually surprised how cheap they cost their Imperial Deeds. But I can't really complain. Just buy it whenever you see it from the thing if you have a lot of excess gems. Because they're really important for endgame progress on kingdoms. Like, ridiculously important. Wait, you got 6 epic Valkies this weekend? Wow, that was way above drop rate. Even with the buff. Oh wait, never mind. 10 pity keys though? No, that's still above drop rate. I think the average for 10 pity keys is about 3 epic Valky. We got 0 last time, though I think we hit 8. But, I think the average is like 2 or 3. And I always get like way below average. We saw our first epic Valky yesterday. But hopefully we see a second one this time around. One can hope. But I'm not sure why, but we've gotten so unlucky on it in the past. Like, artificially unlucky. Like, way above the unluckiness we should have gotten. Also, thank you, Bacon, for subscribing. Or for joining the channel. Greatly appreciated. Helps out a lot. Still need to figure out what I want to do with the emotes. Still never got around to that. Need to at some point. I think we can still add like 3 emotes as well for the thing. Definitely need to around sometime this end of this year. My average is like 1 in 1,000. About so, yes, actually. As far as number of gnomes relative to the amount of epic Valkies we've gotten. It might even be slightly lower than that. Gnomes relative to actual drops. Though it'll be fixed a lot if we get another epic Valky this weekend. Or number. But with only 1 Valky found, yeah, we're under 1 in 1,000 as far as number of gnomes relative to a Valky. Based on drop rate, it should take about 200. It should take about 200 gnomes to find an epic Valky on average. Though it might be even less now that they did the buff thing. But it took us over 1,000 to find our very first one. Though not all of them were with this, the buff that they recently did. Only the previous Vault event and this Vault event. I am still very surprised that the previous Vault event didn't give us a single epic Valky with the buff. Extremely, extremely surprised. Luckily, this one did, obviously. We got it last night. But, it was still surprising. We went, like, 12 hours, I feel like, last, Vault weekend and still didn't get it. I think we hit 8 pity key, almost 9 pity key. That's certainly where I tend to go, about 8 pity key or so. Around there. Unless we're going for the super ultra grind. I don't know, depends how much we want to power level. Let's see, we'll take that. Yeah, you get a lot of progress on your account by doing Vault event. Like, if you wanted to stay free to play forever in this game, just play, like, every Vault event for, like, 20 plus hours. And you would never have to pay a cent on this game. It just gives so much loot so quickly. Yeah, when you're getting bad luck, you still get good loot. Because at least you're still getting gnomes. Unless you're just getting super bad luck and you're just not getting any gnomes either. Though, gnomes do seem to be pretty consistent with their average. I feel like I'm always almost exactly dead on the drop rate for them. The drop rate's about 1 in every, if you can win 3 times per minute, they average about, once every 5 minutes or so. But anyways, with that being said, let's go do exactly that. And, oh, that's not where I want to go. Where's Broken Spire? Broken Spire, show yourself. We must grind. Also, I just realized I still have mini chat. I was wondering why it's so hard to read chat. It's because I still have it so miniature. That would help. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, I skipped someone. Hello, Rebecca. Let's see. You're gonna go through, but I just wanted to say, Isabel, thank you for the. Oh yeah, with the help for Animal Crossing. We really need to stream Animal Crossing again sometime. We somewhat did last night for like a few minutes, gosh. But like an actual dedicated stream to it. We haven't done a dedicated stream for it for ages. We also need to do Fall Guys again soon. It's coming out in, or not coming out, but season 3 starts soon. Same as Gems of War season 3, obviously, since we're on week 8. It's kind of funny that they both have seasons around the same time. The previous time it was like literally the exact same day, or at least the official release date was supposed to be. Let's see. Also, hello, Imperial, if I didn't already say hi. And hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Alright, we'll throw that down. Also, I've still been meaning to get around to this Iron Gut video. I'm actually probably going to record it tonight. I'm probably going to grab a bite to eat after the stream. And then probably set up the teams to get it recording. Keep putting it off. Need to get it done tonight. I also have a video I want to do for Age of Calamity that I'll probably get around to sometime tomorrow. It should actually be our most popular video we've done for it yet. One of them, I think, is up to like 7,000 views. Gosh. But I think this one might actually be able to reach 10,000. It's not something most people would know to initially search for, but once they reach it in the game, they're going to search for it. And currently no one's done a video on it. Let's see. Throw that down. Mostly because it requires being super end game in that game to actually cover a video on it. Unless you hack the game to get all the items. Let's see. Throw that down. But I'm pretty sure no one has to do that. They did it for other reasons, like cutscenes and stuff. I don't think anyone has for like actual like weapons and stuff. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Hello, John. Welcome. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Throw the other thing down. Throw Explosion. Get a nice big AoE in there. But yeah, whenever a YouTube video goes viral, or at least my version of a viral, for my size of channel, that's like 10,000 views. You make a lot of money on the video. At least relative to a normal video. I actually had some videos like a couple years ago that were actually just making so much that I think at one point it was like a third of the entire channel's revenue or something. Just because at one point they were getting so many views. I find it funny because some of my videos with like the most views were like extremely low effort videos too. The one I'm doing for probably tomorrow for Age of Calamity is pretty high effort though. Let's see. And of course Iron Gut team for Gems of War should be okay. Because of course Iron Gut is a very essential troop. We still haven't done a really big Gems of War one for a while though. But Gems of War has a lot smaller of a population. So it doesn't tend to get really big numbers very quickly. Let's see, we'll throw that down. Well, of course, we always love covering guys for it. As it is the main game we always cover. As we do stream it every single day, of course. Let's see, what do we go for here? Throw that down, take our blues. Grab our Explosion. Get our Phylactery in there. They've been trying to find ways to branch out a little bit. And some of them have been helping. Some of them have been kind of stagnant. Like, streaming Fall Guys didn't really help too much. But I like the game so much that we still did it anyways. But some other things worked better than others. Fall Guys died surprisingly quick. For how much I like the game, it died surprisingly quick. It's not like dead, but as far as like massive player base. Like Gems of War almost has the player base of Fall Guys. Now, not exactly, but if you count every platform, it's not far off. Gems of War, I believe, has about a 8,000 to 10,000 concurrent. And I know on Steam they normally have about 15,000 concurrent. Though they also have PS4, but... So I guess it's probably higher than that. But just counting Steam. Let's see. Let's keep trying to hunt them down. We're getting a bunch of tokens along the way, too. I'm not really paying much attention to it as we're going through them. But we're probably getting some pretty big shinies. There's only so many shinies we can get. With an Anu being the absolute rarest. If we actually get an Anu off of a chest, that is pretty insane. Because you generally wouldn't get it off of Explore 6. The chance of getting an Anu off Explore 6 is almost the hardest drop rate in the game as far as getting a token at a certain percent. The absolute rarest is getting a Nisha at tier 9, which is double as rare as getting a Anu at tier 6. However, they're both ridiculously small percents. The two lowest percents in the game as far as getting a token at a certain rate for a certain threshold for the explorers, because Explore 6 is the lowest explorer you can do that gives an Anu, and Explore 9 is the lowest explorer you can do that gives a Nisha. However, it is never advised farming them at those locations because the rate is so absurdly low that if you see one, go buy a lottery ticket. No, we haven't actually gotten, I've never gotten an Nisha off of Explore 9 because there's literally no reason to do Explore 9. However, Explore 6, we have hit about 5 Anus on before over the times. So we haven't been doing too bad on Anu drop rate, I guess. Relative to how rare it is, of course, because that's still not great compared to, like, Explore 12, obviously. But relative to its rate, it's not that bad. Because every Explorer does have a different token drop rate, for any of you that don't know. There's a full list of it on the forum, but the main thing you need to know is just do Explore 12. Like, if you're looking for tokens. That's pretty much the bottom line. If you're doing Quick Kill, do the highest level that you can instantly one-shot. Like right now, we're one-shotting 6, so we're doing 6. But depending on your team, it might be 2 or 3 if you're doing like a Rowan team. And Phoenicia, if you have lower damage, might do Explore 5. But just do the highest you can one-shot. And as far as like super token grinding, Explore 12 is pretty much the only location, unfortunately. There really is no other way around it. Not only does it give the most amount of shards, but it also has the best drop rate for Nisha, Anu, and the Epic one, Arania. Making it pretty much the only viable location to really grind them out if you're looking for the super high rarity tokens. Which, of course, are very useful for getting all your stuff upgraded. But I hope Gems of War lasts for years to come. It definitely has the structure to. It looks like it's going to. I'm actually still very surprised to this day how ridiculously consistent they are at pumping out content. Like, we might not always get the best of content every single week. And it seems like several weeks in a row we can get kind of lackluster content. But gosh, have they been consistent on doing an update every single week? Or, you know, like a mini update where we get like a new troop and everything, new event. And it's never been a delayed. We've never had a delayed weekly event because they didn't have like assets or something like that. They were always ahead of it. They're always like months upon months ahead. Also, their schedule for what they're going to do each year, I believe, is almost a year ahead. Like, they pretty much already know what they're going to do all next year already. We don't, obviously. But they know most of it. Maybe not all of it, but at least for quarter 1 and 2, they probably do. Hello, you7! Welcome. I hope they do a stream kind of going over it. Due to pandemic, they haven't done one a single time during the virus, which kind of makes sense. However, they used to do streams where they would kind of go over like why they did a certain update or what they're going to be doing in future updates. And normally they do it towards the end of the year, like, you know, next month. However, due to the virus, I'm not sure if they're actually going to do such a thing. I sure hope they will, but there's a chance they don't. But I don't know, we'll just kind of have to wait and see what ends up happening with that. But only time will tell. Also, I think we have more pity keys than that number says right now. Pretty sure we do. Let me go double check. Do we have a pity key sitting there? No, we do not, surprisingly. How close are we then? Gosh, we don't even have the third pity key yet. I'm actually rather surprised. Let's see, how many keys did we start with again? We were at, what should have been 264. Yeah, that's correct. Because we used 1 Epic Vault key and the other 4 are from those 4. Okay. Because I accidentally took one of my Vault keys, so now I have to deliberately take every single one of my Vault keys. And the reason for that is just to keep track of the number properly there. Cheap team for gnome gold farming or gold grinding. Any AoE weapon. The new glory troop for a gold bonus. And clearing out stragglers and then the 2 leprechaun. Yeah, you could end up doing it that with a basic like black bannock or something like that. Personally, I feel like Rowan into leprechaun's enough. It doesn't give like a super high amount of gold, but it does still accumulate gold at a pretty decent rate without slowing you down at all. One other alternative is 20% mana start Rowan into 2 armor bonuses. That way you can run the glory troop for extra gold. Speaking of glory, hello 1000 glory. That's actually the best drop in the game that any gnome has that isn't a Volky. So pretty shiny drop. Always great to see. Also, if anyone has any questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. We'll make sure to go over everything. We'll be around for at least another hour and a half. Probably about how long we'll go for tonight. And then tomorrow night we'll probably just go until we like drop from being tired. No, but Sunday night we might go to about midnight or so. We'll see. Tonight we'll go for about 2 hours or so. Because now that the time has shifted an hour, I can actually record the Monday video stuff at 2 a.m. Which is a lot more convenient than 3 a.m. because it's too late. Let's see. I always like when the time shifts. Makes it easier to cover. Let's see. You're at 39 out of 55 on the pity track. Oh gosh. Thank you, U7. Appreciate it. Yeah, I hope everyone gets their Volky this weekend, Epic Volky. If not, next Volky event is actually Christmas weekend. It's kind of funny that they fall both on holidays this year. I'm pretty sure they deliberately tried doing that. But yes, the current Vault event that we have going on is obviously on Thanksgiving weekend or Black Friday weekend or whatever you'd call this weekend. But, and then Christmas weekend is next Vault event. Actually, the first day of it starts on Christmas, which is actually kind of a bad day to have it on. But at least the weekend people might have free. But yes, literally Christmas Day, I believe, is the first day of the next Vault event. And then this Saturday and Sunday after are both Vault event as well. Because Christmas does start on a Friday this year, doesn't it? Let's see. Yeah, it is a Friday. Yeah, so yeah, that 25th, and then 26th, 27th it also goes for. So yep, it starts literally on Christmas Day and goes for 2 other days. As it does every single time, 3 days for across the entire weekend. So make sure to get on the grind then. It'll be the last Vault event of the year. Not sure if they're going to do anything special for it, like maybe a special buff. Or a really special buy offer. Like one of the really buffed ones. Actually, did we even get a buy offer this weekend? I'm kind of surprised. Maybe they got data that showed they weren't getting as much. So then again, they're doing a gem sale. So maybe to discourage people from being like, hey, this is so much better value than the gem sale. Maybe they deliberately didn't do it to try to sell their gem sale. That probably makes sense. That's probably why they didn't do it. Because if you have an offer up, it makes it look like gems are bad because they are. Or at least their offer is bad. The gem-related ones in there. So that's probably why they don't have an offer right now. Strategic. That's pretty funny. Anyways, let's keep grinding. That's pretty funny. That's exactly why they don't have a flash offer. I was like going to say, because we almost always have a flash offer for Vault event weekends. Because they try selling the Volkies for people that just want to buy them instantly. But hey, they don't have that this time because they're doing a gem sale. And the offers normally have so much better value than the gem sales that people just go for the offers probably and don't buy the gems. That's pretty funny. So they had to deliberately not do it just so people would buy gems. Let's see, we'll throw that down. That is pretty funny. That's exactly what they did. That is 100% exactly what they did. Because ever since they added flash offers, they're actually insanely good value relative to the gems that they have in their shop. The gems in the shop have always been pretty pricey, aside from when the game first started. Like, after 2 years into the game and everything further, even like a year and a half into the game, the gems in the shop were always kind of out of whack compared to the actual scaling of the game. And at no point did they really come all the way fully back to being kind of scaled correctly. Even after some adjustments that they made over the years and giving bonuses to them and stuff like that, it never really came fully back into scale. Whereas flash offers kind of are. Not all of them, but a good number of the flash offers, while I personally don't go for them, are quite a bit more decent value than what most of the other stuff that they have is, relative to amount of gems that you get, relative to the other rewards that you also get with it. But, yeah, it makes the buying of gems look even worse when you compare it to the value of the flash offer normally. So that's probably why they hit it. I didn't have one this weekend. Makes sense, though. You've been awake for so long, oh gosh. Need to get some rest. I got a lot of rest yesterday. Average amount today. So basically they did that and decided they don't want your money. Yeah, flash offers are just so much better. Unless you're like VIP like 15 or higher or something. I think flash offer actually gets better value. Like even if I compare it right now, what is it normally? It's like 50 gems per dollar, I believe it is. Pretty sure it's 50 gems per dollar, the average flash offer. How much do we get not counting the first buy bonus? Because that doesn't really count. So we got a minus 1,500 from that number. So let's do some math to show how much worse this is. Calculator, where are you? Actually, let me bring calculator up on the other computer. I prefer it there, even though it's slower. Oh, it's already up. Hey, that loaded very quick. What are you doing, other computer? You never load quickly. So on average, it's like 50 gems per dollar on the flash offer thing. Sometimes 45, but there are ones that come around that do have 50. So I'm going to do it based on 50. So basically, we subtract 1,500 gems from that number right there, because that's not the actual number. That's just the first time bonus thing, which obviously most of your purchases, if you were to do it, would not be the first time that you're buying gems, if you're buying gems. So we minus 1,500 from it. Also, I have bought in gems before. The only reason why it has a first-time bonus is they added a first-time bonus about 3 years or so into the game, and I've yet to buy gems since then. Even though I have bought in gems when the game started, that bonus didn't exist back then. And to encourage people to buy, obviously, they gave it to everyone again, even people who have bought in before. So that's actually only 2,775 gems at VIP 7, which most people aren't that much further than VIP 7. I think the average person's probably at like VIP 5 or 6, I would say, probably. Somewhere around there. Who knows? But we're at VIP 7. And how much bonus is that? That's 35% bonus to shop. Obviously goes higher and higher, up to 100%. So what is that? 1/3 the bonus. We have 1/3 the bonus of gems. And it still comes out to 2,775. And you divide that by 100, which actually I could have just done that in my head. But that comes out to be 27.75 gems per dollar. A average flash offer is 45 gems or 50 gems per dollar. Wait, is it scaled that bad? I knew it was scaled bad. Is it really scaled that bad? Hold up. Why is it that so bad? I knew this wasn't scaled correctly, but gosh, is that extremely not scaled correctly. The average flash offers, even if you say 45 gems, that's like almost double. Well, maybe not double, but it's 27.75 at VIP 7. Obviously, that can go higher if you had higher VIP, but the average person isn't really much higher on VIP. Though some people are, though, of course. But, yeah, gosh, that's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. Oh, wait, this is with gem sale, too. Oh, I forgot. This is even with a gem sale. So you're even getting more gems. It doesn't reduce the price, but it gives you more gems. Is it really scaled that bad? That's pretty funny. I forgot it was that bad. I knew it was bad. I forgot it was that bad. Unless I did math wrong somewhere. I don't believe I did. But, oh gosh. That's even worse than I thought it was. For value. Yeah, they did end up buffing the daily gem thing. However, flash offers normally still a better value. Not only can you only have one of the gem things active, and it takes, what, 14, 15 days, but the flash offer normally has another thing with it that makes it worth it. Like, for example, normally during vault events, which they didn't do this time due to the sale, but normally they have a vault key with it, and that vault key's worth like 80 gems, and then you get like the other thing with it, so it ends up going pretty well. I should cover a video on how to properly buy things in this game again. Anytime I do, I feel like people think I'm just shilling for the game, but I'm mostly just doing it to help people, if they are going to spend money on the game, help them more efficiently spend money on the game. Because there's a lot of ways you can kind of just waste money on the game. Or, you know, waste it relative to, like, other purchases that are available. Let's see. And buying gems from that shop is one of them. Some people will still do it, especially people with high VIPs, because that doesn't actually matter as much, because it's actually scaled a little bit better if we had, like, VIP 15 or higher. But even then, it's still not the greatest. Like, if we did the math for it at 100% bonus, which almost no one has, it was like probably like a few hundred people, it's still not the best of scaling on it. I think the main entice of it is how instant it is compared to other things. Because flash offers you have to wait for, sometimes like weeks, or for holidays and stuff like that. Whereas something like the gems you can just get literally whenever you want, and it gives you a really high amount instantly. But its value is overall worse. It's more of their instant gratification purchase. Let's see, we'll throw that down. But scaled horrifically bad, and it's never really been modified much, even with some of the changes they made. Yeah, I know a couple of VIP 20s. I had one in my guild for some duration. They do exist. A surprisingly high number, too. I sometimes forget how much people spend on free-to-play games sometimes. Because VIP 20 is basically a car. If you have VIP 20, you spent a car on Gems of War. It's $8,900. Is how much VIP 20 is. But yeah, it does give a lot of bonuses. If you play Gems of War like a lot, it can be worth it to some people. Because obviously some people invest a lot of time. Like a lot of time. a lot of time. 12,547 hours. That's just counting this account too. That's not even counting every other account we've ever done. So to some people it's worth it. I just don't have that kind of money. The most I've ever spent on a free-to-play game is Dota 2. However, I made money with skins. So even though I've spent quite a bit of money on that game, I think around 1,000. I always kind of forget the exact number. But it's hard to kind of keep track of because some of that was re-spending profit. So it's kind of hard to really like determine like what was actually spending money and what was just turning profit into more profit. But I think it ultimately was about 1,000 or so. I still have a couple hundred in skins I've still never bothered selling yet. I need to at some point. But that's probably the most I've ever spent on a free-to-play game. Though it wasn't really spent in a fully free-to-play sense, because they were kind of assets that could be resold. Several of them just deteriorated to like no value at all, obviously. But a couple of them have actually held value all this time, surprisingly. Because they were exclusive items from like years back, but not too many left in circulation. So hello, George. Welcome. But aside from that, I think Gems of War might be the most I ever spent on the game, which I think at this point is about 300 or something. Somewhere around there. 300 something, 400 something. And that's over the course of 5 years. I'm not sure if I'll ever break 1,000 in a game. Not counting Dota 2, because that's kind of an outlier. Because the actual things that you were buying had actual value, aside from just in-game progression. Let's see, we'll throw that down. You're 16 hours away from VIP 20. Nice. Yeah, it gives a lot of bonuses. Like, the amount of grind time you can reduce with a very high VIP level is absurdly high. It can definitely help out a lot. It's definitely not needed at all to still progress far in the game. But 100% EXP, 150% souls, and 200% gold. Comparing that to where we are now, we're getting 30% EXP, 50% souls, and 50% gold. So it makes a pretty huge difference. But is by no means required to progress in the game. It just makes you progress quicker. What is this game you've never played? Gems of War. It's it doesn't have that like any advertising at all. So it's a pretty like invisible game to most people. But honestly, I'd say it's probably the best match 3 RPG out there. It's made by the same people that did the Puzzle Quest games, which the HD remake is actually a Switch exclusive currently. We never did finish playing through the whole thing, did we? Its combat system is so much slower than this game. This is the only big problem with the game. It didn't make it much quicker. We were really hoping they would add a speed to that game since they did it for Gems of War. They never end up doing it, though. Basically, it's a match 3 RPG, this game. It's, you basically just take a bunch of gems off the board, you accumulate a bunch of mana, and go from there. And it's free to play. It's on every platform. The PC Mobile is the most advised platform to play it on, though it is on the consoles. Yeah, it's a pretty addicting game, to say the least. And I've yet to see a match 3 RPG that I've liked more than this. As far as the next free-to-play kind of game that we're probably going to be getting into, it's almost guaranteed going to be Pokemon Unite. Like, I can't think of any other one that's coming in the next year that I would actually like. Though, I might try Diablo Immortals just to laugh. Whatever happened to it anyways? Like, Blizzard, like, had such awful PR with it. Did they just decide just never to release it? Because I know they got super bad PR with it. Though, what have they not been getting bad PR with lately? Like, they tried killing Warcraft 3 this year. Which made me sad, because it's one of my favorite games of all time. Mostly because of custom maps and the community related around it. But, they almost killed it. They came really close. They pretty much did. But, because they kind of split the community. With, like, people that, like, use, like, a weird old version of it, and now people who just use the normal client, which is awful. Yeah, Gems of War definitely isn't for everyone. It's a super grindy game, but it's a very fair grindy game compared to most free-to-play games. Despite it being very grindy. But if you like grind-based games or match 3 RPGs, it's generally pretty good. Also, I never even played a match 3 RPG prior to this game, but it got me into the genre. It's actually a pretty solid genre. A lot of people generally just blow it off because most of them are free-to-play these days, instead of just the single-purchase games. Even though the original Puzzle Quests were really good at single-purchase games. But most of them do go free-to-play model, because obviously it's more profitable than releasing just a single-player kind of game experience. But that's still very solid. And it gets updates every week. Or, you know, as far as new content. I was just mentioning earlier to stream, this games have been so consistent at adding new content as well. Surprisingly consistent. Let's see, we'll throw that down. Yeah, I do wish they would add more game modes and stuff to this game. I was really hoping a while back that they would add more mini games. Like back when they added Arena, then Treasure Hunt, and then it just seemed like they were going to keep adding fun modes like that. And then they kind of stopped for, like, forever. Like, we kind of got some other things, like in Guild Wars, which was pretty cool, and then Delves. But we have yet to get, like, a really, really big kind of thing like that this year. Like, as far as content. Like, obviously, we keep getting new troops and stuff like that, but as far as, like, the major overhauls, we haven't gotten something like that this year. We got a bit of Arena rework, but it didn't do too much overall, because most people don't like playing Arena anyways. And they made it quite a bit different to play it. That put some people off. I actually do prefer the new arena, but the rewards for it are ridiculously awful with how they scaled it. Like whenever they have an arena event. You may have noticed, we haven't gotten an arena event for a while. I think they're planning on rescaling it before they do it again. Just because of the reception that it has had so far. But I do hope they figure out a way to scale that properly. Curious what they'll do with the treasure hunt when they end up reworking as well. But they really just need a new one. Would be the best way to go about it. No, the main reason I feel like I play Gems of War is mostly for its daily loop. I like games that have good daily cycles. I like having at least a few. Definitely at least one, which is just Gems of War, which I always like going back to. RuneScape had pretty fun daily loops too. Because it had a bunch of farming and things that you would check up on. Stuff like that. Which was decently fun. And Animal Crossing's not too bad because if you get a good NPC, you get some decent shiny loot. Also, it's a massive fail. I didn't take Gulliver last night because I completely forgot that I didn't do it on stream, and I thought I did it on stream, and then I didn't bother taking him. He's actually the most important NPC in the entire game to take, because not only does he have the widest drop table, which means he has some of the rarest drops in the game, but he also progresses you if you're not time traveling towards getting Golden Shovel. And now I'm like 2 weeks behind on Golden Shovel because he only appears once every 2 weeks, which is a slight fail. But yeah, I don't think I'm getting Golden Shovel till like May in Animal Crossing. It's actually the hardest thing in the entire game to ever obtain as a non-time traveler. Because it takes over a year. Because you can only find them once every 2 weeks. And you have to find them 30 times before you get Golden Shovel. It's a really useless tool. But full completion is technically required. Of course, you could just time travel and get it within like a few hours. But I'm still going no time travel. Let's see, I'll throw that down. Let's see, I'll throw that down. At least we got to celebrate Phil's birthday. We completely forgot about his birthday and just gave him a random gift. I think there's an achievement for doing 10 of your villagers' birthday. I think we're at like 5. I accidentally forgot Nox's birthday. Poor guy. Didn't get anything. Forever alone. Let's see, I'll take that over. In all fairness, he was the last villager we ever got. Mostly because I wanted 2 armor ones to guard my museum. Because we're doing a really heavy museum-based island, which I still have not really developed. I just haven't had the time to commit because it would take like literally 100 hours to 200 hours to fully build the island, which I do not have the time for. We will eventually, but that's a very long project to eventually do. Some people's Animal Crossing towns have like literal thousands of hours into them. Like as far as how much time it takes to like literally modify every single tile, get every single item you need, do every single everything. It takes a lot of time. A lot slower than something like Sims, because you got to do it almost like Minecraft style, where you got to do every tile. And then there's a bunch of items that are like hard to get sometimes, especially by normal means, without hacking or duplicating or time traveling. Let's see, I'll take that over, take that over. When is the week of Merlantis? I don't believe it's anytime soon. You can check on terransworld.com. I'll go check real quick. Let's see. I don't believe it's anytime soon. I know it's not in the next 2 weeks. Because it's not in this current World Lore event. I mean, not World Lore event. What's it called? It's not in this current campaign. But, yeah, I'm not sure if it's even an invisible site. What color is Merlantis again? There it is. Merlantis is on January 11th. Okay, it is within sight. January 11th is the next Merlantis event. What we get, I have no clue because they haven't determined it yet. That means we're getting a patch. Oh yeah, duh, we're still getting one more patch. Actually, we might be able to determine the exact day we're getting the patch. We're getting the patch on December 15th or earlier. December 15th or earlier is the next patch confirmed. There you go. You heard it here first. Let's see. No, there's probably several people already know that, but you can kind of tell based on that, based on when they normally do updates. But December 15th would be the latest they will do a patch this year. We're definitely going to get a December patch. Exact date is not known, but December 15th is the latest date they would do it on. So expect a patch soon. While we're getting in that patch, I have no clue. Might be a smaller patch. These are trying to push it up before the end of the year, obviously, so can't be anything too big. Hey, a Valky, nice. That's what we want to see. I think we already hit our other pity key, too. I might as well just raise it, because I'm pretty sure we're already there. So that makes it so we got 7 keys so far this weekend. 6 normals and an epic. You have 650 hours on Animal Crossing? Nice. Yeah, I think I'm at 1,000, 1,200, 1,300, I'm not sure. A lot of that was the first few months, though. Like, I think I had 1,000 hours in 3 months or 2 months. It was actually the quickest I ever hit 1,000 hours in a console game. Actually, it might be the first time I ever even hit 1,000 hours in a single console game. Not sure if I ever have prior. But it's definitely the quickest I ever hit 1,000 hours in a console game. The only thing that might hit quicker is Pokemon Unite. That's the only game I could think of that's coming out anytime even remotely soon that could maybe pass 1,000 hours. Because even though it's coming out on mobile plus Switch, I'm probably going to mostly be playing on Switch. Not just because it's easier to record, but it's going to be a bigger screen. I much prefer controlling it with controller than I would with a touchscreen. Which I'm really glad they released on Switch. I probably would not touch Pokemon Unite if it released only on phone. But the fact that it's releasing on phone and Switch with cross-platform is the main thing that's actually going to make me play it. Like, I never bothered with Pokemon Go because it was phone only. I do talk a little bit quick. Not so quick that people wouldn't be able to hear, but yeah, definitely above average quick. Where if someone doesn't have like the first language of English, it can probably be a little bit hard for them to understand me sometimes, which is unfortunate. I try to slow down at times. The biggest issue is whenever I cover a guide, I sometimes just like rocket off with how quickly I talk, and I don't even realize I am. And then when I do, I'll like stumble on my words because then I just realize I'm talking too quick. And then I try slowing it down, but then I forget what I'm about to go say, which is a massive fail. It's almost harder for me to talk slower than it is for me to just talk at normal speed. Because this is pretty much just me talking at normal speed whenever I go like that. I think it might be a New Jersey, New York kind of thing. Because I know people in general, they talk very, very quick. On average. Particularly in New Jersey. Jersey. What do we go for here? I haven't been living there for ages. Though I still have the habit of it. Mostly because I don't really talk to many people in South Carolina. Actually, I find it kind of funny that most of my friends don't even like live in my state. Like, I have like 0 local friends. They're all out of state or out of country. Though during a pandemic, I guess that doesn't really matter too much. How close or far they are. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Yeah, I don't play Animal Crossing too much anymore. I still take dailies for it. I do love playing the new updates because it's fun. But yeah, I haven't been playing it too much. Though I have been getting 100% completion still. I'm too much of a completionist to not 100% it before putting it down. Though I'm never going to put it down. We're still always going to come back to it here and there. It reminds me a lot of The Sims. Like one of those kind of games that you just kind of poke here and there. Except it has a daily system. And a bunch of completionist stuff to do. I'm really curious if Sims 5 will ever be released. If it ever does, I'll probably stream it for some amount of time. We definitely wouldn't dedicate too much time to it, though. It's not the kind of game I would ever, like, dedicate a lot of stuff to. Biggest guides for that video is literally just, like, interior decorating and stuff. That's the main reason why we didn't really cover much for Animal Crossing. Like, literally, like, the guides you would cover for the game are literally just how to design stuff. And I am not the best at design. Though we have been making some pretty fun room concepts for Gems of War. Yeah, Age of Calamity. We should have a video going up for Age of Calamity tomorrow. I've absolutely loved that game. I really hope it gets DLC very soon, while it's still very hyped up. Because I plan on playing Age of Calamity a lot over the next few months to cover guides for it. I'm almost at 100% completion of the game. And by 100% completion, I mean I already hit 100% completion. But I mean like true 100% completion, as in level 30 weapon on every character in the game. I might be able to cover that tomorrow, actually. I'm not sure if I'll have it done by tomorrow. Depends when I go to bed tonight. But I might be able to get it done. I think I have like 3 or 4 characters left to get a 30 weapon on, then I can cover a video on all of them. Literally 0 people have covered it so far, because the amount of grind it takes. But I enjoy the grinds. And it's also a grind that you can do while doing other things. It doesn't have like a full AFK method, but it does have a partial AFK method in that you can move your units around while you're literally doing nothing. And while you can't do combat while doing nothing, you can move them to their location by doing nothing. So you can do multiple multitasking with that. It's not like a perfect AFK method compared to some options that exist. Like Animal Crossing has some pretty decent ones with balloons and stuff, but it's not a horrible AFK method. The biggest issue, though, is your units move slower when you're giving them a command to do so like that. Which is rather annoying, because it takes forever for them to get from point A to point B with that method. Let's see. Throw that down. I always like how I try to find the most AFK farmable method in any game. I do that with like every game I ever find. It's just a habit. I'm pretty sure RuneScape built that habit. But I do it with literally every game I ever play now. That has a farm-based system, or you know, where you have to accumulate resources in any capacity. Let's see, I'll take that over. Grab that. I haven't played Spellbreak for a couple weeks now. I'm concerned with the longevity of the game. I absolutely love the combat style for it, though. I really wish it would have released as something other than a Battle Royale. The fact that it released as a Battle Royale shooter was like the worst decision it could have ever made. Its combat system is insanely good, but it released in like the most saturated genre in existence. At least currently. Which was a huge mistake on their part. But I haven't played Spellbreak for like 3 weeks now. It's been a while. How many trophies so far? Probably only 1,000. We haven't grinded too much this weekend. Might even be less than 1,000. Who knows? I sure hope it's over 1,000 though. Generally, you should after a vault event. How many are we at? Where's my guild thingy? Oh yeah, we're over 1,000. I was gonna say if we're not over 1,000 by now, that's a problem. You'd end up reaching like over 5,000 pretty easily during a vault event. Like we got a 3,000 over there, 2,000 over there, 4,000. Hey, Cookie's getting on that grind. Isabel's at the furthest, actually, 6,000. She wasn't kidding when she said she went for 10 pity keys. Gosh, 6,000 trophies. And that might be one trophy at a time, too. if she's doing 1 trophy PvP method. Not sure what method you're doing. Actually, what method are you doing, Isabel? We could literally just ask you. I'm pretty sure you're still here. Oh, we got a Vault key. Oh yeah, that was the pity key. I think I already added it though to our number. Let me double check. Number time. We are at 6. Yep, we're at 6. Okay. Well, you know, we're technically at 7. The Epic Vault key we already used though, obviously, because the second we got it, we used it. Okay, so all the numbers are up to date. Oh yeah, you're on the Explore 3 grind. Oh yeah, so you're still getting 1 trophy at a time. That's a slightly quicker 1 trophy method compared to PvP. Main reason to do the PvP method is for the pets. Really easy to keep pets perpetually up on your guild. Yeah, with the Rowan team. Yeah, that's generally the classic way of doing it. And probably the best way. It gives you the most hero class XP. It also gives you the most amount of gnomes doing it that way. Main reason I do this Phoenicia build is it gives you a little bit extra gold, it gives you a little bit of extra souls, and you get slightly better rate on tokens. But this is slightly slower. Oh, also you get 2 trophies per battle rather than 1. But this is ever so slightly slower than running Rowan. Most battles will be the same speed, but it has those battles that slow down by like 5 or 10 seconds, which wastes you like a few minutes per hour compared to a Rowan team, despite the additional loot. It's normally worth it though. Initially, I never really ran much Rowan team because I felt like it wasn't worth it, but then I tested for a bit of time, and I don't know, it actually seems pretty good value. For a little bit of time that it costs, it's kind of worth it for the extra loot that it gives. In most battles, it looks exactly like a Rowan team. You throw a Leprechaun, you get full mana, you win. The only problem with it is you can't take 4 times green blue to cast, unlike Rowan who can. You can still take a 5 times to get full mana off of 2 colors, but it's a 5 times and not a 4 times, which means it's a lot less common that it will happen to such a degree that you normally don't go for it. And also, right there, we took a 5 times red, so you can't even take it for every color. You can only basically take it for 2 colors due to your banner. Lowest possible level of getting Nisha token, 9. It's not advised to do it. It is literally the lowest possible rate. I was mentioning that earlier to stream. But the second lowest rate is trying to get an Anu off of 6, which is what we're currently on right now, which is why you probably haven't seen us get a single Anu this weekend, at least specifically off of this. We have gotten an Anu this weekend, but it wasn't from Explorer 6, it was from Explorer 12. But Explorer 6 is the lowest that you can get an Anu on, which is the second lowest chance of getting any token in the game. And the lowest chance of getting any token in the game is at Explorer 9, trying to get a Nisha. I highly advise never doing that. Just do Explore 12. It's already so high stats that you might as well just do 12. I don't think I've ever gotten an Nisha off a 9, just because I've never done 9. Like, no one grinds 9. There's no point. Like, everything above 7, you might as well just do 12 at that point. If you're past the point of one-shotting, just go all the way to 12. Because Explorer 8 to 11 basically don't exist. 8, 9, 10, 11. Because there's no role that they serve. 1 to 3 is for Quick Kill Rowan and other similar farming teams like Soul Farming and stuff like that. Explore 4 is kind of dead. Actually, not so much. You can run it for a Quick Kill. I forgot. It depends how much damage output you have. You can actually run it. So, never mind. Explore 1 to 4, you can go for Quick Kill Rowan and similar things. 5, 6, and 7, you can run Phoenicia one shot. And then that makes 8, 9, 10, 11 useless. And then 12 is where you farm tokens, if you're looking for most amount of tokens for your time, as well as highest chance for Nisha and Anu. And realistically, the only chance of Nisha and Anu relative to the other locations. Which basically makes everything from 8 to 11 have no purpose. I would highly advise never playing any Explorer between 8 and 11. I'll throw that down. But the only time you do 8 and 11 is when you're first trying to unlock 12 for the first time. That's literally the only time, and then you never touch it again. That's pretty much how it works. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. Also, I should probably hand out a code soon. Actually, I might just do it right now. We don't need a condition. We'll just hand it out. Alright, let me go get a code. And then we'll keep going. Let's see. Also, I just realized I'm off center. Let's see, how off center am I? That's not that off center. That's fine. Anyways, what am I looking for? I am looking for the code, which is on the other computer. Why am I trying to look for it here? Code of codes. Where are you? Where's the codes of code hiding? I see the codes of code. This is the one we handed out last night. However, let me double check just in case, because we did hand out 2. This is one of the ones we handed out last night. If it was the most recent one, I'm actually not sure. Oh, wait. Hold up. Did I take it from the wrong section? Oh, I did. Oh, no. Oh, well, we'll stumble across it at some point and realize, oh, we already used that code. I took it from the wrong section. That's next month's section. Not like it matters. They're all gonna get used eventually. But, maybe I hand out the other one instead. Yeah, I'm actually not gonna hand out that one yet. I'll just stumble upon it later and be like, wait, this one's already been redeemed? Oh no, but then I'll think, never mind, I'll just hand it out now. Because then I'll think it, was this yesterday's one prior. Anyways, there you go. Yeah, I just need to put them in a Word document and mark them. Would be the easiest way. Or not a Word document, but like a notepad or something. But, there you guys go. Because we're starting to get too many codes to manage now. I think she sent me like 70 of them. And we used 5. Okay, anyways, let's go back. I just need to put them all in a notepad. I almost feel like doing that right now. Let's see. I need to clear out my desktop. I have like no room on my other computer's desktop. Let's see. Gosh, there's literally no room. Like, the amount of no room is very none. It is very none. Let's see. Notepad. It's gonna bother me if I don't do it right now. We're gonna get the almighty notepad of a billion codes. We got this. Okay. Is there any way that you can get notepad pasted in vertically? Because I need these not to be side by side. I need them to come in vertically. Let's hope just doing this works. Please go vertical. Please go vertical. Yeah, I went vertical. Okay, now let's get rid of every single code we already handed it out. So we handed out that one. And what did we hand out up to earlier? I'll need to check it later. There we go. Okay, that is every code. Now we got them all in a nice little word pad. Or a notepad thing. There we go. It looks like a bunch of line of text. I mean, a line of code almost. There's a bunch of random mess. That is a lot of random mess. Okay, anyways, let's go save it. Let's see. Save as... codes... December... Actually, I should probably do that in underscore. December... Jan. Save the desktop, if there's any room, gosh. And there we go. Okay, cool. We got our lists. I just need to remove the other ones later. I need to double check which ones they were. And it'll be good to go. All I need to do is check last night's stream, see which one we last handed out. And then I can just mark it, and then we're good to go. And then we have a nice little notepad of it all set up. There we go. Easy as that. Easy as that. And now I can go send the notepad to the other computer, so we can have it on there as well. Which is why I didn't make a Word document for it. I actually don't have Word on my most recent computer. Also because I almost like never use the application these days. For like college and stuff like that, obviously need it a lot, but these days not so much. Yeah, we have codes for all of December and all of January. Supposedly, we might run out because we hand 2 on some days. And the amount of codes it gives isn't really set up too well to hand out 2 every single time. Obviously not every single stream, but you know what I mean. For how often we hand out 2. Might not be enough. I usually do it about once a week, sometimes twice a week. On ever so rare occasion, 3 times a week. Like Christmas week might be that week, since Christmas, New Year's kind of like back to back. Yep, no problem for the code, everyone. Enjoy. Give same loot as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. Only use 1 PC mobile version. Pretty sure most of you know how to use it by now. Let's see, we'll take that over. Grab our Phoenicia down. Let's see, we'll throw that down. Grab our big poke. The big full AoE swipe. Actually, we're getting pretty close to another level. We're getting there. The goal is 1,700 before the end of next year. We could definitely do it. Definitely doable. Gosh, I need like toothpicks in the house. I just need to go floss. That's actually a random utensil thingy that I do not have in the house. Not floss sticks, but toothpicks. Mostly because there's not really a reusable toothpick, kind of. I'm pretty sure they exist, but they'd be kind of weird. Like, what material would you even make a usable toothpick out of? You're almost like using a sewing needle at that point. Because it would almost be the same thing at that point. A reusable toothpick. Let's see. I'll take that over. Yeah, 20 gems, nice. You hit your 2020 goal of 1,400 last night? Nice. Yeah, it's always good to set yearly goals for the game. Some people make it get Zoog off or reach a certain level range or get a certain % of total troops or any number of things. I normally make it level based. Generally the goal is 100 levels every year until we hit 2,000. Which means 4 more years to go. Then we'll hit 2,000. 2,000 is theoretically max level. It's not actually max level, but for all intensive purposes it is. Because you have max stats by that point. I heard that people mention that you get another stat at 3,000. However, there are literally 0 people in the entire game that have level 3,000. So even though it exists, it basically doesn't matter because no one has it. So it doesn't exist. And even once a few people start having it, is literally only going to be a few. It's basically non-existent. Well, currently it is entirely non-existent. But even once people start getting it in like a year or 2 or 3, it's going to be such a small number of people that's basically irrelevant. So 2,000 for all intents and purposes is max, realistically. Because that's when you stop getting stats every 100 levels. And then it starts going every 1,000 levels, which is impossible. And no one has level 3,000. It'll probably be another 2 or 3 years before you see the first level 3,000. And even then, it's going to be such a ridiculously small amount of people. Due to how leveling scales. Like, you'd have to have like 20, 30, 40 1,000 hours in the game to have that high. With a good number of it spent XP farming. It's realistically not worth going for, obviously. For the very obvious reason. It was never intended to be something you would grind directly for. It's more so just an indicator of like how far, you know, you've basically been playing, essentially, because the EXP gives like everywhere. But by no means was it ever meant to be something that people would just grind for, even though there are some people that do just grind it out. There are people that log on every day and just EXP farm the entire time. Though theoretically, EXP farming method is the exact same thing that you do for Vault Event. The same way that you play Vault Event is the same way you farm EXP at the quickest rate in the game. The only difference is generally it's better to do it during Guild War weeks because it's 100% EXP bonus during that time. But aside from that, the same method that you use for Quick Kill Explore is the same method you do for EXP farming, because it's based on how many troop kills you do. And this is the quickest way to kill troops as well as the quickest way to cycle battles. Specifically with Rowan team. Phoenicia team is ever so slightly slower if I do it for the loot. Plastic toothpicks wouldn't be fully reusable though. Like you could probably use them multiple times. But that's not something you would use like infinitely. You saw one of my videos around Explore battles and the Soul Forge. Had 2 of the troops you used. Nice. Yeah, we need to cover more guys on it soon. We're covering Iron Gut hopefully tomorrow. I really need to get that video up. I've been meaning to all week and then still haven't. But if anything else, doing it on Diamond Day would make the most amount of sense. Just tomorrow. Like, it's gonna be a while before it comes back around. Like literally next year probably. Due to how the Mythic cycle currently is for Soul Forge. Yeah, Life and Death comes out this Tuesday. I will be mentioning it on Monday a lot, or on the weekly stream. 100% need to make sure I mention it. It's actually the most relevant thing happening next week in Gems of War. Life and Death available on Tuesday. Doesn't even matter what the rest is. A Life and Death's available on Tuesday. We're getting a new Mythic and a bunch of other stuff, but nope, the most relevant thing is Life and Death's on Tuesday. Because it's going to be like another 6 or 7 months before you can get it again. Actually, it's so long before you can get it again. The Mythic that's coming out on Friday will be back into the drop table, or will be in Soul Forge. Even though the Soul Forge is in a cycle where it's going to take forever to like cycle. The Soul Forge will cycle the new Mythic that's coming this Friday prior to it cycling Life and Death again. That's how long it's going to be until we get Life and Death again. But it's available this Tuesday and only on this Tuesday. You have 1 day to go get it. And then it's like 6 or 7 months until it's around again. Really important weapon. It's the strongest weapon that is time locked by delves. All delve weapons you can only get on the day of, though most of them are irrelevant. Life and Death is very much not irrelevant though. It's one of the top 10 weapons in the game. And is obtained in probably one of the most annoying ways. Back in the day, like a couple years ago when we initially got factions, it wasn't too bad. Because the faction weapons were cycling pretty often, including Life and Death, because it was like the 5th, 6th or so kingdom added to the game or so. Somewhere around there, maybe 7th. So it wasn't that bad. Because back then it used to cycle like once every 2 months or so. But now we have so many factions that it takes like half a year for it to cycle. And it only keeps increasing as we obviously keep getting more factions. So we almost have every faction in the game. By late next summer, I believe, we have every faction added to the game. What they're going to do after, who knows? They probably know, but we don't. But they're going to have some kind of other system. Because obviously, eventually, they will run out of kingdoms to make factions for. Let's see, I'll throw that down. You made level 1,396 today? Nice. Still pretty good. By the end of the Vault event weekend, you might actually even hit 1,400. Depending on how much you grind it. We're about to gain another level. We definitely need to keep streaming it until at minimum we get that level. It's definitely the goal of the stream now. We need to go get a level. We've been talking about levels so much. Need to go gain one. We're pretty close. That looks like about 10 minutes of grind. I know that sliver is pretty small, but it takes a while to get levels this late in the game. I'm getting hard to even judge how much time it takes these days. It keeps getting increasingly harder as we keep getting higher. Like the amount of time relative to like amount of space that it takes to actually get the level. If anyone else has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. And tomorrow night we shall continue the grind. I'll probably go for a little bit longer tomorrow night. We'll see. Depends how awake I am by that point. But ideally we could stream it a bunch, take a bit of a break, cover the video, and be good to go. Just got your 11th pity key. Nice. I think 9 pity keys is the highest I ever bothered going to on a given weekend. But yeah, 11's really solid. Some people have gone to like 20 or something before. Which takes a lot of grinds. But yeah, 9's not the furthest I ever bothered going. Even that takes a decent amount of time. Depending on rate, I think it's about 12 to 15 hours, if I'm not mistaken, for a 9. Yeah, gnome events are insanely good for loot. You can actually get more resources within... If you grind a vault event enough, you can get more resources during a vault event than the rest of the time between vault events combined. Maybe excluding guild tasks. But if you exclude guild tasks, you can easily get more gem-related value and resources in general in a single vault weekend than all the time between the vault weekends combined. It's just that much loot. I inspired you during the last event marathon to grind a bunch. That's good to hear. Yeah, we went really long last Sunday night. I think we went for like 7 hours, 8 hours. We're definitely not going that long this Sunday night. But we'll see how long we go. Definitely do it for some amount of time. How long depends on a lot of factors. Mostly my ability to not want to collapse of tiredness that late at night. Let's see, we'll throw that down. That little sliver will take like at least 5 minutes. This late in the game, every level looks like it will be a level, or every match looks like it'll be a level for like 15 matches in a row. Like right now, it looks like it'll be a level, and then it'll look like it'll be a level, and then again, and then again, and again. It'll look like a completely full purple bar, and it's like, nope, you're still not there. You got a Kingdom Helper offer for Arena. Even at 10% discount, paying 22 gems for an event key and 10k is ridiculous. Oh yeah, it is absurdly bad. I actually had to go and upgrade one of my kingdoms so it stopped getting the offer. I'm not sure exactly what condition would end up giving you the offer. But if you have any kingdom like not fully maxed on one of its conditions, you might want to go do it. Because it's probably what's creating that offer. I forget exactly what the thing was that I still needed for the kingdom, but if you have any kingdom that doesn't have an objective complete... Oh, yeah, I know what it was. It was, I didn't do the explore thing, or the challenge thing, so I don't think that was the one that ended up doing it. And the other one was, I think the other one was the main one that was causing it. What was it? I can't remember now. I think it was on Leonis Empire. Let me go double check Leonis Empire's condition. There's one of those two that was making it so I was getting the thing. Maybe it was just a troop that wasn't upgraded? I'm not sure. Where's Leonis Empire? I'm pretty sure it was Leonis Empire that was doing it to me for about a week. And I was like, saw the offer and how bad it was, and I just decided to get rid of it. Oh yeah, I had to upgrade Leonis Empire to level 13. And if I didn't, it kept giving me that awful offer. But yeah, the 25, or the 10,000 gold with one event key for 25 gems is ultra bad. Even if that was 10 gems, I wouldn't go for it. But, yeah, it just basically wastes a slot. It could be 10 gems, and even though that's technically okay value, just the fact that it blocks a slot like that is awful. I'm not sure why they added it, other than to be very annoying. Maybe to encourage people to actually go upgrade their kingdoms. So they would stop getting such an awful offer. It's your cheapest offer, but it's also one of the worst offers. Even at 2 event keys for that price, it would still be bad. Especially with that 400 one that exists, that gives 20 glory keys, 20 gem keys, and 20 event keys. Because that's, I believe, 400 gems, if I'm not mistaken. Which, if you still need event keys, is decent value. And I believe you can get it on 20% off, as well as 10% off if you get it from Arena. I haven't seen it much lately, though. Or maybe I have, and I just haven't been paying attention. Because this is offer I obviously skip. Because I have more event keys than I ever need. So I don't need to buy more event keys. Event keys basically have 0 value to me. Because we have too big of a stack to even realistically use. Hey, there's our level up. There we go. We got it. We did it. Let's put it into brown. Keep them even other than purple. What was I about to go do? I was about to go check something. It wasn't that either. What were we just talking about? We were talking about the... I know the kingdom thing. But what about the kingdom thing? There's one specific thing I was mentioning about it. And now I forget. No. Fail. Hate when I do that. Oh, it was something related to event keys. And I still forget what it was. Oh yeah, I was going to check how many event keys we had. I knew it was something related to it. 8,511. That's a lot of spare event keys. Actually, we're starting to get a surplus of gem keys for the first time in a very long time. I can't remember the last time we've hit over 3,000 gem keys. I'm not sure if we've ever hit over 3,000 gem keys, now that I think about it. But yeah, we're sitting at 1,931 currently. Though we have a Mythic coming out this Friday, so that's about to go down by at least 1,000 very soon. Maybe more. Though if we get lucky, maybe less. So that stack is artificially high because it's about to dip down a lot this Friday. With the new Mythic coming out. It shouldn't hit 0 though, hopefully. That'd be very unlucky. If it takes us 2,000 keys to get it, gosh. That's way below the drop rate. That's like double below drop rate. Because realistically, it takes about 1,000. Doesn't mean you'll guarantee get it within 1,000. But it takes about 1,000 or so. Could take more, could take less. Could you stop trying to escape? That'd be great. Thank you. If you got an extra turn right there, that would have been so bad. He almost did. He was thinking about it. Oh, he had an awful drop. Never mind. Though if he escaped, he obviously had a Volkey. They always escape with Volkeys. Every gnome that has ever escaped you has had a Volkey. 100%. That's how they work. They only have a Volkey if they escape. Or if they escape, they always have a Volkey. You have no way of proving it, but they had a Volkey. Let's see. We'll throw that down. We'll get a Phoenicia down. Yeah, that one offer's pretty good if you still need event keys. Even at no discount, it's still worth it. The 400 gem one for 20. Or, you know, the 20 glory, 20 gem, 20 event key. It's a really decent value to go for if you still need event keys. I just don't go for it because if you don't need any more event keys, it's really bad value. Because the value from the gem keys and the glory keys only comes out to like 200 something. But if you put in the value of the event keys, it shoots up to over 400. As far as how much value it has. Actually, its exact value is pretty good. 13.5 is how much it would normally cost you to get a glory event key. So 13.5 times 20 plus 180 plus 20. Well, I could just added 200, couldn't I have? Fail. Comes out to 470 gem value. So even at 400 gems, you're getting 470 gem value, assuming you need event keys. So even at full price, it's still worth it. And at 10%, it's really worth it. And if you get it at 20% from VIP 6, it's super worth it. I would almost consider it at that point, though it's still not good value if you don't need event keys. But yeah, even at its highest cost, it's still a good value exchange. Assuming you need event keys. Tinfoil hat theory. Yes, every gnome that ever escapes you has a vault key at 100% rate. Their drop that they would have had transforms into a vault key. It happens to every gnome that ever escapes your battle. They all would have been a vault key. Let's see. We'll take that down. Which kingdom was the next one that has a bad mythic? I actually forget. Though I think we have the page open, don't we? It is Pan's Veil. Oh, no, that's why they gave it a bad mythic. They have one of the best mythics in the game there. It has Wild Queen. So they had to balance Wild Queen by putting a bad mythic there. It's going to be awful if you try for event keys and you get that thing instead of Wild Queen. That's going to be like the worst feeling ever. Because the next mythic we're getting is the most average bad mythic we've had for a while. And Wild Queen's like one of the top 10 in the game for mythics. It might even be top 5, actually. I actually normally do put it in top 5s whenever anyone asks, like, hey, what are the best mythics in the game? I normally mention it as like the 3rd or 4th one. It's not as good early game, though. But it's probably the most strongest single option you can get for Guild Wars. And it runs in PvP. You can also run it for low-level delves in some instances. Not as vice compared to some teams, but it's mostly a PvP-related team, PvP Guild War kind of thing. It's definitely not a first priority. It's definitely something you eventually want to pick up. Ever since they buffed it about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Actually, at this point, it's almost 2 years ago. It's been pretty good. They ended up increasing its gem spawn and skull spawn to a point that actually made it able to hit. Because before it was too low. And then they made it actually decent. And ever since then, it's been a very popular Guild War option. It can pretty consistently score 9,600 as long as you don't get trolled by freeze or randomly missing, which can happen. But whenever it doesn't lose, it scores very close to 9,500 plus, almost every time, assuming you get no losses. Just because the amount of value it gets per cast is really good for how Guild Wars is scored. Because it gets mana accumulation, it lands extra turns and keeps it on your turn, and it gets skull spam. So it's getting damage, mana accumulation, and keeping it on your turn all simultaneously. Which all three have insanely good value for Guild Wars, for how it's scored. Let's see what thread it down. Yeah, event keys are a good way to get whatever you're missing from a kingdom. It's the best time to try to get stars on the kingdom. I did that a lot on my Switch account. I actually used to use the events to focus down which one I would try to get upgraded next. Because whatever the event key drop table is available for on a given week makes the upgrading of a kingdom substantially easier. And of course, we do have enough kingdoms that they only rotate around like twice every year. But when they do roll around and you want to get that kingdom upgraded, it just helps so much. Like next week we can upgrade, I believe it was Whitehelm? I think it's Whitehelm. Wait, was it not Whitehelm? Oh yeah, I was like, wait, why does this troop show on Monday? I forgot, people who have the expanded pass can get it on Monday. I was like, wait, this is next week's Monday. But no, it technically is this Monday because anyone who spent more money on the pass gets it tomorrow. I mean, gets it on Monday rather than the following Monday. We'll be getting it on the following Monday, so obviously won't be going over it this Monday. But anyone who bought the more expensive pass gets it a week early. It's basically early access. It's a pretty useless mythic, though. I have no intention on getting it early. It's pretty underwhelming. Curious to see what next season we'll have. If nothing else, at least Duskbringer might be okay. That we don't get until the 10th week. Even if you bought the bigger pass, you don't get it to the final week. I do hope we get better weapons in the pass next season, though. We have yet to get a single viable weapon off of Season Pass, which I guess is somewhat a good thing, in a sense, because it makes it so free-to-play players don't get locked out of a really good weapon for a very long time. But we have yet to get a single viable weapon off of the Season Pass. I think we've gotten 5 weapons so far, not counting Duskbringer, which will be 6. Like, that's actually going to be viable, but that technically indirectly came from the season, because you actually have to go Soul Forge for it. But as far as all the other weapons, like the 2 that we got the first season and the 3 that we got this season, not counting the 4th Dawnbringer all the way at the end. I mean Duskbringer, whatever it's called. It's, Duskbringer. The 5 weapons have been really bad. Like, not a single 5 of them have been meta. Duskbringer will be, to some capacity. But it better be. It's like the main reward of the season. Kind of like how Enraged Carindera was the main reward of last season. Or, you know, like the super one that comes out on the 10th week. Whereas the main one for this season is Dawnbringer. I mean, I keep saying Dawnbringer. Duskbringer, I mean. The other Dawnbringer. Let's see. The inverted Dawnbringer. I'm still curious if they're going to release that 24 mana cost or if they're going to lower it down. I feel like 22 would be a nice middle ground. Oh, no, we'll see. Maybe 4 times Death Mark off of that thing is better than I think it'll be. It might be. Because it does it at a staggered enough time that it's pretty much how you would normally cast it anyways. Because you kind of cast it like a Death. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, it doesn't have the same mana cost as Death. I didn't even think of that. What's Death's mana cost? Where's Death? Isn't it 24 for both? Where on earth is Death? Yeah, they both have a 24 mana cost. I didn't think of that. They actually both have exact 24 mana costs. I didn't think of that till just now, but they do share the exact same mana cost. Slightly different colors, though. Interesting. So what's the point of even getting Death now? That's actually kind of weird. I didn't think about that now, too. What even is the point of Death now that Duskbringer is going to become the new Death? That's kind of funny. Death just became even more useless. It was already a pretty bad troop, and now it's even worse. I guess you could use them for HP boost ratio, but at that point you might as well just use Ketris or something because HP boost ratio is much better. That one Voltor's troop that gets 1-to-1 ratio off it or something. Death gets pretty bad ratio. I think it's like 1 and 3, pretty sure. Or they might have buffed it to 1 and 2 at some point, but even that's kind of still bad. Yeah, all the gnomes are hiding on us. They took a bit of a vacation. We found a turkey, though. We found 2 turkeys. Can we find 3 turkeys in a row? The golden turkeys. Oh, the turkey stopped. They do still keep going all the way till tomorrow, though. Till the end of tomorrow. A little bit extra free gold on the farming. A little bit extra value. Yeah, does anyone else have any other questions? Anything else you want me to go over? Let me know. Otherwise, I think we might call it a wrap after this battle for tonight. And then tomorrow we'll go for... Oh, yeah, another turkey. We'll go for a couple hours. Maybe a little bit longer, we'll see. And see where we end up ending as far as overall loot. So far, kind of average, though we did get an epic Volkey, so that alone made this entire weekend worth it. That could have been the only thing we got, and I would have been happy. If all we got was a single epic Volkey, I would honestly be happy. And we already achieved it. But yeah, last I checked, 0.4% of people have done it so far. Which is very low. Well, some platforms it was even lower, people were mentioning. That's not how you check it. Come on. Stop loading so slowly. This is our main computer. Why are you going so slow? I think it's because of the Steam client thing. Yeah, 0.4%. It's so rare because it's so rare. It's so RNG based. It's so luck based. Yeah, 0.4% is what it's currently at. Also, I keep clicking on a battle. This will be our final battle. Otherwise, we'll keep clicking on a battle all night. I'll never stop. Oh, there we go. Anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the rest of your weekend. Stay safe out there. Hope you guys find some good sales. There's probably still a lot going on. I still need to do some shopping. And, what else I want to mention? Don't forget, Life and Death is available this Tuesday in Gems of War. And won't be available again for ages, so if you don't have it, make sure to get it. What else am I forgetting to mention? I hope you all enjoy your weekend. And greatly appreciated for all of you stopping by again. Always very thankful for that. Helps out a lot for supporting the channel. And I will catch you guys soon. Have a wonderful weekend. Goodbye, everyone.